Hello and welcome to my LEGO Star Wars review of set 75299, Troulbe on Tatooine. Set came out in 2021 and has 276 pieces. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Right off the bat, here's the box and the fantastic artwork. I'm a fan of the background. It's not, nothing too special. Kind of looks like Tatooine. Kind of looks like a chocolate chip cookie in a way. Never noticed that until just now. Like I said, this set's 75299, 276 pieces, retailed for $30 in the US. You can now get this as of September 2021. You can find this for about $24 at Walmart or Amazon. We'll get into the pricing and all that later on, but here's the artwork on the back. I don't know what the Tusken Raider did here for the Mandalorian to pull his gun on him, but I don't remember the episode going like that. This is based off of episode 1 of season 2 of The Mandalorian. And without further ado, we will get on to the minifigures. Here is the Mandalorian, aka Din Djarin, in his Beskar armor. This is, I think, the first set that he's ever appeared in. I mean, of course, now in the later half of 2021, he has appeared in about 5 or 6 sets already. Fantastic figure, and let me take his cape off to get a better view of those prints. And here he is without his cape in all of his glory. Taking a 360 view, he is absolutely beautiful. I love the printing. The printing isn't skewed on mine. It's a little fuzzy right here on his wrist, and I can see some slight overlapping of the silver, but it's okay to me. It's not a big deal. Underneath the helmet is a plain black head, even though we've seen his head before, or seen his face before. It doesn't really bother me too much. It doesn't take away too much. I mean, it would be cool for a printed face, but I'm okay with not having it. As a side note, here's his helmet in the flat metallic silverish color, I believe is what they call it. Standard Mandalorian helmet. The only thing is I got a slight misprint where it's lowered. His visor, is lowered, and then it thus appears on the bottom of his helmet. I'm not sure if they're all like that or if it's supposed to be like that, but in my opinion, it is a little lowered, but it's no big deal. It still looks good. Here's his right side. There's his Mudhorn insignia that he earns from the armorer, and looks good. The lines are fine. It looks like what it's supposed to look like. Again, his wrist is a little fuzzy, but it's not a huge deal. It doesn't look bad. There's a little red there on his comlink thing, I believe. And I'm just glad this figure has arm printing in a $30 set. That ain't bad. Here's his back with his bandolier continued over from the front. And you see, some cartridges for his disintegration gun thing. But looks pretty good. And then his left arm here. Beautiful lining, beautiful silver of that Beskar, and his whistling bird missile launcher looks fantastic. The lines are straight. There's no skewing. There's no blurring. Nothing like that. It's not fuzzy. It looks perfect on his left arm, and I can just appreciate the design by itself. It looks beautiful. Moving on to the front, I know I kind of started that in a weird angle, but for his front, here's his bandolier, missing has a gap in between those disintegration cartridge things, and looks good, looks accurate. You can see his gray robes or tunic thing underneath his armor, which is accurate, and it matches the cape, which I love capes, okay? I love fabric. I love when they're included with the Lego. I wish they would include more. In fact, I wish they would come out with more clone troopers and stormtroopers with that. We got the artillery trooper with his yellow pauldron that I'll review later. But yeah, overall great figure, highly detailed and very sought after. This is a very cheap set to obtain him by so far, and I could not be happier with this particular figure. I think he looks great. Up next is Baby Grogu, previously only available in the Razor Crest Lego set. He's a fantastic little figure. I think he's really cute, to be honest. I mean, his head is of a rubbery texture, and he's got some printing here on his torso. And personally, I think he's adorable. I've seen some complaints that the back is a little too wide. Um, I personally don't care. I mean, it's Lego and Star Wars, so like this is a basic baby Lego piece, and the custom molded head, on top of that. I think he's a great little figure. I think he's amazing. I think he's cute. I I love him. I kind of want another one. And yeah, let's get on to the very last figure in the set. And here is the very last figure in the set, the Tusken Raider. He's got the updated mold for his head and some very nice leg printing and torso printing. I think he looks fantastic too. I honestly can't complain. I kind of wish the set had either another Tusken Raider or Cobb Vanth from Episode 1, Season 2 of The Mandalorian, just to give it a more value to the set, in my opinion. But I think he looks great. I really like his printing on the back and the front. And honestly, like, 10 out of 10 for this figure, just because the design is there, the printing is there, and 10 out of 10 for the figure selection, though I kind of wish it came with another Tusken Raider or Cobb Vanth. Fingers crossed that we get a Cobb Vanth in Boba Fett armor, such as in the show, but honestly can't go wrong with this figure collection. Obviously the main draw being Din Djarin, aka the Mandalorian, and Baby Grogu, aka Baby Yoda, aka the child. And these two alone make the set worth it at that $24 price point. But overall, I mean, we'll get into the playset here in a second, but I love these figures. I'm glad to have them. Glad that they are in my collection finally, and couldn't be happier with these two at least, and Tusken Raider, of course. So let's get on to the playset. And here's the set in its entirety. Up first is the speeder bike he takes to go to Mos Pelgo to meet Cobb Vanth. And I mean, it's a nice little speeder, nice little design. Not too much to say about it. You got little Grogu over here in his little sack, and the disintegration gun that Mandalorian uses, and a backpack. It's a little big for what it is, actually, like as it's portrayed in The Mandalorian, but I mean, there's nothing really wrong with it. I think it's okay. It's a decent little size and stuff, and he sits fine. He doesn't actually sit, if you can tell. There's studs here, but he just slides in there real nice. And not too much to say about that, other than I like the little baby holder thing here. You see that in like Lego City a lot with the baby figures. And overall, pretty cool, I guess. I mean, not much to say about it. I like it though. Up next is the little tent thing here, and I mean, it's fine. There's just a lot of gaps, and it's not too bad. I mean, there's nothing really to say about it other than it's just half of the tent. Here, let me move this out of the way. You also get these cool little bone things. I think they're really cool. But that aside, take this thing off. Well, not exactly like that, but here's a little seat for them to sit on, and you just put this here. I think this is supposed to be the center of it, but it's only half of it. I mean, you could just get another one and mirror it like that, but I mean, it's not all that spectacular. Here's a little campsite here with a little fire going and a clip that you can put his stick thing on. It's what I use it for. I don't know exactly if that's what it's for, but you also get this pot here. Not too bad, and a bone. I don't know. Whoops. Don't know what they're cooking, but there's a bone. I mean, this alone, it's nothing spectacular. It's just a little play set. In the actual Mandalorian, he comes and visits them and talks to them, and if you've seen it, you know what happens, but it's okay. It's nothing too crazy, honestly. Not too thrilled about it, but what's really cool, I think, is the ballista. Now, this thing was used to take down one of the crate dragons that was bothering Mos Pelto and all that. And it's pretty cool. I like the design here. I like that X, you know. And these things are semi-bendables, so can kind of look like you're pulling it back, kind of like a crossbow, and shooting it. Speaking of shooting it, these things pack a punch, and it's in silver, so it's pretty cool. You're used to getting these in like red or green, you know, for like starships or the TIE fighters and stuff like that. But it looks good as and silver there, and you know, you can move it like this. And what I find really cool is that it has a clear 2x2 Lego block here, so that if you push it down, or like say you open the legs a little more, you know, it's still, you can push it and it still balances there. And this front wheel thing is a cool little addition, and you know, it's adjustable and stuff, and I think it's pretty cool. You can just, you know, have them here and move it around and, you know, shoot the ship or something. It's pretty cool. Packs a little punch, and you get 2 of these little ballista things, and that's pretty cool. Overall, this set is nice. I mean, at the $30 price point, I thought personally it was a little overpriced, just in the sense that you're not getting a whole lot. Like you're getting the ballista and the speeder bike, but you're not getting the complete tent, you know, or you're only getting 3 figures. But I do understand, you know, with the arm printing here, which is, I don't know if, I'm pretty sure that's pretty expensive for Lego to do. They usually reserve that for UCS sets or, you know, collectible minifigures. They used to do it for May the 4th, you know. There's special occasions is what I'm trying to say here. But overall, it's a good value at the $24 price point. If you can find it, you can find it for that right now on Amazon or at Walmart. And should be on the shelves for a little while. The build quality is decent. These things are a little fragile, but you know, it opens up and, you know, display, have a little playset there. It's pretty cool. I think the playability is really nice because it's more of a playset, obviously, than a display set. Ballista looks nice, and it's actually really fun to shoot. Like, I can honestly do this all day. Hopefully I find that later. But anyway, and those spring-loaded shooters pack a punch. And honestly, I'm not going to shoot them too much because I don't want his print to like fade or chip or anything. Accuracy here for what you see in the Mandalorian, it's accurate, I guess. It's kind of a mix of a bunch of different scenes, because you got this later on in the show, in the episode, when they take down the dragon, and then you got this at the very beginning of that episode when he's riding it to the town, and then you got the tent where he stops along the way, and him and Cobb Vanth talk to Tusken Raiders, you know, and so that's cool. So it's kind of a mix of everything that happened in that episode. As for the figure selection, I'll give it a 9 out of 10, just because I feel like instead of the tent, they could have added another speeder and Cobb Vanth and the Boba Fett armor. I thought, you know, maybe that would be a good idea, or maybe they're saving that for later on, you know, or maybe they won't even release him at all. Who knows? But that's about it. I mean, still a 9 out of 10, just because I think it could have done with one more Tusken Raider. I mean, I know I think he looks nice. I think he could have done with one more of these. And the Mandalorian, again, I just can't get enough of him. He looks great. I love his printing. I love his arm printing. I love the shine. I love, you know, the metallic shimmer and all that. Beautiful. And I'm very happy to have little baby Grogu again. And this is the cheapest way to obtain him so far. So I'm very proud of that. And the prints are perfect on mine. Like I said, there was a little overlapping here on the shoulder, and I don't even think I can get that in camera. But it's so tiny, it honestly doesn't matter to me. Like, who cares? That's about it. There's not a whole lot to say about this thing. For $24, if you can get it on Amazon or at Walmart, I say go for it. If you don't already have it, or you like these figures or whatever, I think it's by far the best value you're gonna probably get, unless they release him with a micro fighter or something with the child or whatever. But I think this is a cool little set, and I thought it was worth it personally for me just for these 2 figures alone, which I try to not buy so many Lego Star Wars sets purely for the minifigures, but the way Lego has things, sometimes you have to, sometimes I have to, if those figures are very desirable, you know. But overall, great set at a $24 price point. If you can get it on sale like that, it's perfect. I think it's good. I think it's great for kids that want to play with it, and I think it's great for adult collectors and people that just want to have these 2 guys and display them, and, you know, can never have too many Tusken Raiders either. So thank you for watching this review. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you subscribe and like for more. There's more on the way as I continue to roll out the videos. Don't forget to share it. I created a new Instagram, and I will link that in the description below. It's brand new, fresh. I don't even think I have any followers yet. So if you want to hop on there and show me some support, and any tips or ideas, comment below. If you want to see me review any other sets or anything you have in mind, just let me know, and have a great day. Thank you for watching.